What's going on YouTube, man? It's your boy Big Pen coming back with another video, man. Before we get started, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, man. And we're gonna get right into it, man. Marquise Goodwin decides to opt out. And my take on it is, I respect it. He got a daughter 5 months old. His wife had 3 miscarriages already, so they're very, they want to keep everything 100, and I respect it. I hope that they get blessed with health, the whole family and everybody else that's dealing with babies, infants, elderly people in the house, or anybody that has vulnerable people in the house, right? But like I said before in my previous video, I said the Eagles season could be a disaster again in regards to the receiver position. But the one way to avoid disaster is preparing for it. And like I said, Howie prepared us to deal with anybody who gets injured. That we have somebody to replace them. At the end of the day, this is a prime time. This is basically, how can I put this? This is a great time for a guy like John Hightower, a guy like Quez Watkins, to really put their stamp on this roster. And impress the coaches. This is a perfect time for Whiteside to show that he was worth that second-round pick. Even Greg Ward to show that, I'm here, I'm consistent, right? It's opportunity for guys that are fast, speeds, because he's a speedster. That's what our big thing, that we need is speed. But we have a bunch of speed still. So, like I said, this season could be a disaster at the receiver position. However, we prepared for this disaster to come. And disaster, I mean, there could be 2-3 receivers again to drop. You got to understand, Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson have been dealing with injuries. And Deshaun Jackson hasn't finished the season in years. Alshon Jeffrey has been dealing with injuries, lingering injuries for a couple years now. But what you do to negate that, you pick up youth, fast youth that fits Carson Wentz's strengths. He's a big arm quarterback. You gotta think, Jalen Reagor, rookie, take care of his body, pass his physical, and every other rookie that we picked up in Quez Watkins and John Hightower passed their physical, and we signed those receivers. So am I worried about this? No, man, because I trust Doug Peterson and Howie to learn from their mistakes from last year for not having a deep receiving core for Wentz. And now, with guys that we had in the practice squad, guys like Greg Ward, guys that showed that they were capable, we're deep regardless of the situation. We won a division with practice squad receivers, and now that we have guys that are rookies fighting for practice squad spots, maybe they might be able to show what they really got. We would have never known about Greg Ward if Alshon Jeffrey and all these other guys were healthy. We would have never known about Boston Scott for real if Jordan Howard didn't go down. So in my opinion, this is just an opportunity for guys to make a name for themselves. And like I said before, I'll keep saying, I said it before, the Eagles season could be a disaster at the receiver position in regards to injury or people just opting out. But that doesn't mean the season will be a disaster. That doesn't mean like it will be a failure, because we prepared for this disaster to come. We know that the injury bug comes around to the Eagles more than other teams, especially at skill positions. But to prepare for that, you get deep at those positions, man. That's what the Eagles did. They picked up 2 corners last year. Had so many corners they had to cut a few. They picked up a lot of receivers, cut Shelton Gibson. And I'm not upset at all about this, honestly. I would love to have Marquise Goodwin on the team, but we lost plenty of guys before that were way more valuable than a receiver. Like, we just lost Brandon Brooks. Now we have Jason Peters there, and people are good now. People feel safe. People feel safe. We lost Jason Peters a lot. We lost Carson Wentz about 8 games. 9 if you count the Seattle Seahawks game. So, it is what it is, and I'm not stressing it at all. Our team is deep. For every starter, we have a backup, a legit backup at every position. You can't find a team that really has a backup for every position that really can go out there and show that they can play. And these guys have been on the field a lot. Look, Jalen Hurts, man. Carson Wentz is my guy. If we blowing out a team, right, and Carson Wentz like, let me sit down, let me catch a breather, and I feel like Jalen Hurts could keep pouring it on. Honestly, I really think he could keep pouring it on. You look at what's his name? Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert. Crazy. Dallas Goedert, second round talent, legit. You look at Deshaun Jackson. You know, we got Jalen Reagor. You know, you look at and Jalen Reagor's probably gonna start. You look at Alshon Jeffrey, you know, guys like Greg Ward stepped up last year, but also I believe that Whiteside will be a big factor this year. You look at our guard position. We picked up Jason Peters to stay deep. So I feel as though think who's going to be the starter. Matt Pryor can start for us, but the fact that we have Jason Peters lets me know, God forbid something happens to Jason Peters, Matt Pryor can step in. Then he picked up 2 tackles in the draft. So, you know, I'm not worried at all. I'm not. I'm really not. We got 3 strong safeties that's going to battle it out, so we're deep at that position. I'm not like guys that really proved themselves before in situations. Like, I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all about our roster, about our team. If anything, this is going to, you know, motivate our team even more. The losses that we're taking, it's going to make us work harder. You know how good our defense looked when Carson Wentz went down? When we won a Super Bowl? Held the reigning NFC champions to about 14 points, and the Falcons held the Vikings to like 7 points in the NFC championship game. Like, our team, for some reason, plays better while going through adversity. And that's a team that's meant to be in the playoffs. That's meant to be in the playoffs. A team that plays better when their back's against the wall. A team that feels disrespected and feels like underdogs because their quarterback's not on the top 100 list. I'm telling you, all this is doing is adding fuel to the fire, man. Man, listen, I'm going to come back tomorrow with another video. Eagles Nation, man. Fly, Eagles, fly. Hope the best for Marquise Goodwin and his family. And catch y'all later.